Good evening, everyone, and welcome back to another Supercoach Insider podcast. My name is Swizz, here with another edition of Booms and Busts featuring Big J from the Centre Bounce podcast. How are you, mate?
Doing well, doing well. Thanks for having me on.
No problems, mate. It's always good to have you part of the show, as well as your colleague, who Joe's already been in the hot seat here. So it'd be good just to have a bit of a chat about Supercoach. Before I jump into it, as always, check us out on all our social media platforms, in particular YouTube, Spotify. Get in contact with us via X, Supercoach Insider 100 or Swizz26. Big J, how can the community find you, mate?
YouTube channel is probably the easiest spot at the Centre Bounce, and the same thing on Twitter as well. We have other platforms. We've been trying to branch into Facebook a bit more, but just hasn't happened as much yet.
Yep, completely understandable. All right, we'll jump straight in. Mate, who is the player that you think is going to have the big increase this year, the big boom, or is the unique that's in your side that nobody's talking about?
Mate, it is one Colby McKercher, North Melbourne player in the back line. I just think he's phenomenal. He's dominating preseason, got his body right, and just smashing the fitness. I think he's one of the ones that, with Parker, with Daniel, a few others coming in, there isn't that reliance as much on him as we saw last year, which frees up him to do so much more. They want the ball in his hand. They think he's going to be fantastic. And heck, he's in my Supercoach team. So I have some faith for him, right?
Mate, I absolutely love that. I've actually been considering him too, playing around with the possibility that he's there because he's going to get bugger all attention, be it if he's playing half back again or if he's getting midfield time. He has no issue finding the ball. Beautiful kick. So they love the responsibility of giving him the responsibility. So I think compared to a couple of the other options in that same price range, who unfortunately have an early buy, he's definitely a massive unique to start the season. So, no, I love that, mate. And we'll move on to the opposite. Who's the one that everyone's talking about that you think's just not going to get it done this year? Your big bust.
It's a player that I think a few people have got at R2 at the moment that I'm not a fan of. He is in my current flex position, but that's Matt Flynn. He came across from GWS, hasn't really done much at West Coast, played a couple of games. It's just the fitness and the injuries. I think these big men take a very long time to get fit, and it's always in the back of my mind. Cool, has a couple of good games, pushes himself too hard. They need him as the solo ruck, will get injured again. So for me, he's going to be my bust. Hopefully there's some better options as a ruck option or at least a flex option. But for me, if you run him at R2, you're in trouble. He's not Briggs from last year.
He's currently in my heart too. So
well, there you go.
Remember on that, mate. But no, I love that. That's great because I think it's going to be a huge talking point for the next couple of months as we lead up to the start of the season. It'll be interesting to see how that develops. But mate, that's why I love having you on this show because you've delivered us two absolute beauties. Matt Flynn, stay away, everybody. Colby McKercher, get on the young North Melbourne superstar.
I was very famous last year. There's been many Discord videos. They've done everything. Big J said, hey, I'm glad we got him over Harley Reid. I'll die on that hill for as long as I can. Colby McKercher's better. Get him in your team.
Love it, mate. Well, on that note, thank you for joining us for another Booms and Busts episode. Keep checking us out and thank you, community. Thank you, Big J.
No worries.
See you guys. Bye.